Hey, what's going on YouTube? So a while ago I did review videos on the Ego chainsaw and the Ego pole saw. In this video we're talking DIY chain sharpening. Coming up. So there are services out there that will sharpen chains for you. I don't know a lot about them because I've never used them myself, but I'm guessing they charge per chain. It would make sense if you had several chains to sharpen. If you only had one, it may not make so much sense. And driving somewhere to drop it off and then go back and pick it up once it's done, that just seems like more work than if you were to just sharpen it yourself. At first, I picked up a chainsaw sharpening kit for a Dremel, and that worked fine, but it was a little bit more tedious, and you're kind of doing it handheld, so I wasn't in love with it, but it worked fine. Harbor Freight sells this guy right here, which is a chain sharpener. It is electric, boogie woogie woogie.
It's electric. Woogie, woogie, woogie.
It's got this like brake handle up here to grab a hold of the chain to keep it from moving as you're sharpening. And it's pretty easy to use. You could bolt it to a bench top if you wanted to. Since I don't need it all the time, I just bolted it to a 2x4. That way I can put it in my bench vise and store it out of the way when I don't need it. Now that I have the sharpener set up in the vise, I need to get the chains off from the saws. So now that I have the chains off from the saws, we have one for the pole saw and we have two for the chainsaw. I'm gonna put in some earplugs because I have tinnitus, and loud sounds, especially high pitched like this, make it worse, and I would rather not make it worse. If you don't know what tinnitus is, it's constant ringing in the ears. My ears ring all the time. I also have a face shield. I'm gonna use it because I have it. No reason not to, especially since my eyes are very important to me. I'm a pilot, so I need my eyes. If I lose my eyes, then I can't fly anymore. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start with the small chain. And there are gonna be teeth that go different directions on here. And we can see which way it lines up. This first tooth, it would be fine. But then if I go to the very next one, it would be going the wrong way. So this is where we're gonna start. It's got this little bar. So it'll run into that, and that'll hold the tooth in place. You can adjust it with this guy right here. That'll push this lock bar deeper into the cutter or shallower. The brake handle clamps onto the chain and helps hold it into place. Once we go around and cut all the teeth in this direction, we can rotate this over the other way by loosening the handle that's on the bottom side, and then cut the teeth that are in the opposite direction. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can mark the tooth that I am starting on. Skip a tooth. And that's the last one in this direction. So now I can rotate this. So that's it. I got all three chains sharpened. Is the Harbor Freight chainsaw sharpener amazing? I wouldn't say it's precision, but I would say that it's good enough for me. There is some play in the handle back and forth, so do beware of that. At the time of this video, you can grab it at Harbor Freight for about $35 without a coupon. And it's definitely saved me some time driving back and forth or even trying to find a place to sharpen my chains. That's what I choose to do. It's really easy to do, and it only takes me a few minutes. Honestly, it takes me longer to dig the chainsaws out than to actually do the sharpening. And this is a project that you guys can definitely not be afraid to tackle and try and do yourself. And I guess that's it for this video. And until next time, we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.